I personally, and I think you probably agree with this, I'm not sure, Emily, but I think the whole user experience, it's going to be wildly different in the future. Don't ask me to place the bet on what that wildly different will be just as yet. Um, but it will be wildly different. And I think before we get there, you're going to have people that have, the traditional experiences like search and browse, and now more prevalent of conversational commerce type experiences. And how agentic shows up will differ. And quite frankly, I think it will be probably embedded in one of those two other experiences, most likely the conversational commerce experience first, I would think. And so what's interesting is if you think about it, you've got a customer, forget the tech, forget all about the tech. Let's think about the user experience, the consumer experience, that customer journey. We know how badly broken it can get across different channels, different devices. Now you layer into that three different experiences: the agentic, the generative or conversational, and the search and browse experience. And so you're just into a proliferation of things here. We have a firm belief that the industry, our industry, the search industry, is going to need to go through a transition. We're already there. That transition is moving from search to retrieval. Now, it may seem nuanced, but let me explain the significance of it. Whenever I say search, cocktail party, to a customer or a prospect or an analyst, everybody, we've been conditioned. We think about the search bar up in that right-hand corner of our screen or our apps. And that's when we use the word search. The reason that we're switching to the word retrieval is because, yes, of course, we still do that. That is our bread and butter. That is what we power for 18,000 customers today. But the retrieval signifies something pretty important. It's us as the human that's interacting with the search box. Retrieval means, yes, it can be human, but it's also can be event-driven. It can also be agent-driven. And so it's really a subtle thing. And it may seem subtle, but it is going to be so profound. And the reason that it's important is because whether it is an agentic experience that is, 80% of which is largely invisible to the user or the consumer by definition, all these experiences need to have an underpinning of retrieval so that you're grounding the experience in your data, that there's, no hallucinations, so that you are providing that rich experience, but also providing the trust. And it's got to underpin, not just one of those experiences, but all of them.